Yo, welcome to this video. As you can tell from the title, today I will be talking about how Anthony Davis nearly quit basketball. As I record this, it is 2020 and we have just witnessed a historic finals series. The Lakers, led by two top 5 talents in the league in LeBron James and Anthony Davis, faced the Heat, who were short-handed by injuries for most of the series, but who put on a great show of effort led by All-Star forward Jimmy Butler. And Anthony Davis was a key piece for this Lakers team, their defensive anchor, and I believe it's fair to say that without AD, the Lakers wouldn't have won the 2020 championship. But what if I told you that Anthony Davis considered walking away from the game of basketball at one point, all because he thought he wasn't good enough? The 30-point games we've become accustomed to from Anthony Davis and the dominance he brings every night almost never came to be. Many athletes, if not all of them, get to a point where they are forced to make the decision concerning their future in athletics, whether it is a result of a bad coach, very little recognition or very little opportunities, injuries or issues with family, or even just losing passion for the game. Every athlete gets to a point of deciding whether they want to continue their sport or not. For Anthony Davis, this took place during his sophomore year in high school. At the time, he was a 6'2" point guard for Perspectives Charter School in Southside Chicago. As he recalls, at the time he was ranked around the 350th player in just the Chicago area. Because of this, Davis did have some doubts about his basketball future, as he felt like the time was approaching when he would have to make a decision about his life after graduating high school. At this time, he had no colleges recruiting him. In fact, AD said that he doesn't recall ever seeing a single recruiter at his games, so it was a bit challenging for him, but nevertheless, he stayed on the course and kept playing basketball. And even though he wasn't recruited by any colleges, AD wasn't no scrub. He was still regarded as the best player in his high school as a sophomore, and for this reason, he earned a spot on a top AAU team in Chicago known as the Chicago Mean Streets. Up until today, this team has a reputation as one of the best AAU teams in Chicago. It is usually made up of the best players in the state and the nation. Some of the players who have played for this team include Derrick Rose, Eric Gordon, Patrick Beverley, and Kendrick Nunn. So yeah, this AAU team is known for having very good players. So good, in fact, that they almost made Anthony Davis quit basketball. And this is where the story comes in. Yes, AD was good, and like I already said, he was the best player in his high school, but so were all his AAU teammates. And these guys came from notable schools, whereas AD, on the other hand, he went to a school only known for academics, which didn't even have a basketball gym or even a cheerleading squad. In fact, in a 2-year span, this team only won 12 games, and none of AD's teammates pursued basketball after high school. And actually, coaches were walking around asking students to play just so AD could get to play. And if that didn't work, Davis said that his friends used to join the team just to fill roster spots for AD to get a chance to play. So my point is that AD being the best at his high school didn't mean much to his teammates, who are also the best at notable schools. This was tough for AD because not only was he struggling to make his mark on the AAU team, but I also think that it's safe to say that his ego took a hit as well. In an ESPN interview, AD said that if he were to rank himself, he would have put himself somewhere in the bottom half of the AAU team. And for this reason, he began doubting himself and whether basketball was what he really wanted to do. It's a great thing he didn't quit, however, because with the challenge he was getting from playing on this team, he improved his skills and he kept on playing basketball. But perhaps the reason he is able to play and dominate today in the league is because of his infamous growth spurt. At the start of his junior year, he was 6'3" and had one school recruiting him to play shooting guard. That school was Cleveland State, but by the end of the summer, he was 6'8" and had a ton of D1 programs going after him. He later grew to 6'10", which made him a beast on the court, especially on the defensive end, and with his work ethic, he also made himself a prolific scorer as time went by. In one game as a senior, he had 52 points, 20 rebounds, 11 assists, and 10 blocks. This put him in the position to become the #1 prospect, and he later committed to the University of Kentucky, where he won the national championship and solidified himself as the consensus #1 draft pick. Fast forward to 2020, and he's now an NBA champion, and I have a feeling that he'll win more than once in his career, and that he'll also win other awards like the Defensive Player of the Year award and the MVP award. If you've made it this far in the video, I'd like to share the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by Nobody Man. So be sure to like and subscribe to support this channel. But that's it. Peace.